Welcome to It's All About You, a program that keeps you connected to all the exciting events and services the City of Urbana has to offer. I'm your host, Natalie KennyMarquez. On today's show, we'll get the latest update on UC2B with Brandon Bowersox-Johnson, learn about art at the market with Lisa Hatchadoorian, and talk with Assistant City Engineer Craig Shonkwiler. We'll also visit the world of yoga with Bridgette Mullin, but first I'm joined with the City of Urbana's Chief of Staff, Mike Monson. Hi Mike, thanks for joining us today.
Hi Natalie.
Nice to have you on. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your background?
I've been in Champaign-Urbana since 1987. I worked in a few other locations, Lawrenceville. I ran the Mattoon Bureau for the Decatur Herald, and I came to work for the Champaign-Urbana News-Gazette in 1987 and worked a number of beats there. My first few years I covered small towns in the area, and then I ended up getting, then I got the county board and Urbana, which was interesting. One board was like 27 members and had kind of a country influence, and then covering a city. And later on I ended up covering both cities, and then for a horrible couple of years I covered both cities and the county, which was really a bit too much. But I did get a good familiarity with all the players and the issues. Covering both cities is actually, it was pretty useful in seeing how one city approaches things and another one.
So that's kind of acted as a natural progression into the position that you are in now with the city. Yeah,
I had a good background of what the issues were, and you get kind of an institutional history just covering things that, the players, what may have happened. Like for instance, we've got a little thing going on with Barnes Mobile Home Park, and residents are concerned about relocating, and the city may have to offer some assistance. And I was here, that same issue came up like 20 years ago at Lincoln Mobile Home Park, only it was a much bigger mobile home park. And I covered that I think that went on for like a year and a half. So some issues have a way of coming back over time.
Right, and a lot of institutional knowledge that you've been able to carry on. And you've been with the city for how long? I
started in basically about September of 2009, so coming up here on 5 years.
And what's the role that you play here at the City of Urbana as Chief of Staff?
I would say kind of like a top advisor to the mayor. Basically, I'm kind of the mayor's eyes and ears. I go to all the meetings. A lot of meetings she doesn't get to, I'll go to. I'll offer. I feel like I'm in the role where I can offer my plain feelings, and sometimes she takes my advice, sometimes not, but it's, I think she needs somebody to bounce things off of.
Right. I see that being very important, especially here, and it sounds like you've been to a lot of council meetings, not only in Urbana, but in Champaign and the county, so a lot of very useful knowledge that you can provide. So some things happening recently, council goals and budget. I know recently the budget was approved for the next fiscal year.
Approved last night, yeah.
Okay, and that starts on July 1st.
Correct.
And what are some key points from the budget that you might want to share?
Well, it's, the city is still facing pretty tight financial times, and one thing that was important was we held the line on the city property tax rate at $1.35. Our levy went up a little bit because we did see some growth, but we knew that with the Carl properties, $75 million of assessed value being taken off the rolls, that there was likely going to lead to an increase in property tax rates. And indeed, unfortunately, it has, but we wanted the city to not be a part of that and to do our part to hold the line, and we do that with this budget. And the other big thing about this budget is we have some significant public works projects that are going to be moving forward this year. Windsor Road between Philo and Race, which was a nightmare for drivers this winter. We got some state federal assistance, and last night we approved a bond issue for $2.8 million. It's going to be a little over $5 million project, so that should start later this summer.
Right.
There's also, there'll be the completion of the Boneyard project downtown. That should happen this summer. It's already well along the way. That's like a $9 million project.
It's going to be beautiful when it's finished.
It is. I think downtown is already starting, just the whole streetscapes and everything. The energy is coming into our downtown, and I think that project has quite a bit to do with it. I think we have like 16 new businesses, and we've got a much better mix of downtown businesses than we've ever had before. And we've got more to come. We've got a vegan restaurant ready to open. And it's very exciting.
I saw they just posted their menu yesterday. I was
did they?
Scouting it out on the internet.
Looking good?
It looks very good.
Yeah.
So some of these items that you've noted from the budget, they kind of tie in with what the city calls the council goals, right?
Yeah. One of the top goals is to work right now with this. It's not so much Carl, it's the hospital tax exemptions. We have two hospitals, Presence and Carl, and they're both, because of 2012 legislation from the state, they're both off the tax rolls, and that's had a significant impact. And it's, unfortunately, some of the other taxing districts weren't able to hold the line, and our tax rate is over $10 now, and it's a couple dollars higher in Champaign. So one of our longer-term goals is to try and bring that rate down to be comparable to Champaign's. You know, some of that may come if Champaign does a big bond issue for high schools that would cause their rate to go up some. And we've got litigation going on with Carl, and we're challenging the constitutionality of that state law. And you know that if we are successful in that, and we expect to be, that would put close to $90 million back on the tax rolls, and would go a long way towards solving the differential.
Right, and these are just a few of the many council goals that the council has put together for this. Is it for this next fiscal year?
It's actually for the rest of this council's term, so
okay.
for the next 3 years. For
the next 3 years. And if we have viewers that would like to check out the council goals or learn more about this next fiscal year budget, where can they go for more information?
Well, they can go to our website. It's urbanaillinois.us. For the council goals, you either click on the city council, click on the government tab in the upper right-hand corner, and then click on the city council, and you'll see the council goals fairly high up there. And the budget, I believe you'd go to click on the government tab again, and go to the finance department, and you'll see the budget there.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Mike. It's a pleasure to have you on, and we appreciate all that you do here for the city of Urbana.
One, two, three, four. I'm heading on down to the market Saturday morning. I'm heading on down to the market Saturday morning. All your farmer friends are there at the market at the square. I'm heading on down to the market Saturday morning.
And we're back with It's All About You, and we are outside today with Bridgette Mullin, who is one of the instructors at Yoga in the Park over at Meadowbrook Park here in Urbana. And thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So I hear this program is very successful. I know you shared with me that there was one event in which you had over 60 people come to Yoga in the Park. That's outstanding.
Yeah, so far this year, we've been right around 60. We've had 2 sessions. It's Saturday morning at Meadowbrook Park at 9 in the morning. So it's a nice time of day, not too early, not too hot. And the program started last year and went until the end of August. And this year we've extended the dates to go all the way through mid-September. September 20th is the last date.
Oh, that's great. And so do you have to have a certain skill level with yoga or a certain age to participate? How does it work?
Well, this program is set up really to be inclusive for the whole community. And so all of the yoga teachers that are participating are teaching for a wide range of abilities. And we've had people there that are well into their 90s as well as children. And so people can come and practice at any ability, and the instructors offer modifications so that if something isn't accessible to you, you've got another option.
That's great. I know I'm if there's a beginner level, I'm just below that. So Are there a few poses that you can show us that someone like me that's just starting with yoga could easily do?
Sure, absolutely. So one of my favorite things to do in yoga is like gentle twists, because we don't usually get to do those in everyday life that much. Okay. And so we can start by just lifting arms up, and if you can, relax your shoulders down. There you go. And then we're just going to turn to the right and bring that left arm in front of the right knee, and the other arm goes behind you. So twisting the other way. So you got your left arm in front of your right knee.
I still don't. Do I have it right now?
Left arm in front of right knee. There you go.
Ah!
Yeah, there you go.
See, I told you I was just below the beginner level here.
And so you just take a couple breaths here and think about having that spine lifting up towards the sky. Yeah, and a couple breaths. And then arms are going to go back overhead, and we're going to come into it on the other side.
I got it down this time. I can see.
Let's do it a couple more times so that we're flowing through it. So you can inhale up.
With the wind blowing
yeah.
and the sun shining down outside, I could see out.
And again,
There's
all the way up.
Many people that come to this, how it can be very relaxing, and
you can finish by just inhaling up and then releasing arms down to the side. Yeah, and then give your shoulders a little bit of a roll, and just even something as simple as that can really help restore breath and just a sense of well-being, contentment.
Yeah. And what about, I mean, traditionally in a studio, one would use a yoga mat, right?
Yeah, and we have yoga mats available right there. So you can lay that down in the grass to create more of a soft surface for you. You can bring your own mat, and you can use our mats underneath yours so that yours doesn't get all grassy and...
Oh, got it. All right. And is there a fee to participate in this?
It's completely free, and actually the Urbana Park District has done an amazing job with this. All of the instructors are volunteering their time. So it's free to the community, and none of the instructors are getting paid for it, so it's just overall what we call a karmic practice where money's not exchanging hands. Although donations are of course welcome for the Urbana Park District Summer Camp Scholarship Fund.
Oh, that's outstanding. It sounds like a great program, and I would love to get out there on Saturdays and participate. Maybe we can do one more pose before we go today.
Sure, I'd love to show you cleansing breath.
Okay.
This can be done seated or standing. So you're going to start with your palms out like this, and inhale, palms towards body. Exhale, palms away. Inhale, lift arms up, look at the sky. Exhale, release down to the side. And again, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, release arms down. That's it.
Well, I'm feeling really relaxed. That was a nice little break today, and maybe some folks at home can try it and come join you on Saturdays.
That'd be great. Bring your kids. The playground's right next to where we practice, and so the kids can play and they can come and talk to you while you're doing yoga, and it's all very informal.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Bicyclists are not obligated to ride in the bike lane. If the bike lane is full of debris, the bicyclist should scan for traffic behind them, signal their intention, and merge into the vehicle traffic. If the bicyclist chooses, they may then merge back into the bike lane.
Now we're back in the studio with It's All About You, and joining us from the City of Urbana Public Works Department is Craig Shonkwiler. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And so tell us a little bit about the role that you play with the Public Works Department here at the city.
Well, I'm one of two assistant city engineers. Brad Bennett handles drainage and development, and I handle basically all the road projects within the city.
And there's a lot of projects happening right now, but before we get into that, share with us a little bit about your background in this type of engineering.
Okay, I've worked for the city for about 9 years. Prior to that, I worked about 10 years in private sector, working for two consulting firms. I'm a graduate of the University of Illinois and Parkland College, and I'm originally from Bement, Illinois.
So pretty local, and
yeah.
That's fantastic. So what are, getting back to the projects, there's a lot happening. I know recently at Council they approved some reconstruction over on Windsor Road.
Mhm.
I know that's been kind of a hot topic probably
It
for,
sure
for
has.
you over the past few months. Tell us a little bit more about what we can expect this summer.
Well,
moving forward.
on Windsor, we're basically getting ready to go to bid, and we're looking to construct about a fourth of it this year. Most of it will be constructed next year. And we're going to put in some new traffic signals at Windsor and Race, and then we're also going to put in pedestrian activated flashing beacons at Vine and Windsor, which is the entrance to Meadowbrook Park. So that'll help people, alert drivers that they're ready to cross the road.
Right.
The beacons will flag or a wig-wag back and forth, and should provide a safer crossing than what's there now.
That sounds good, and I think there's quite a bit of crossing there with the park and all the activities
Yes.
happening over there. Are there any projects happening this summer that might cause some detours or changes in the traffic flow here in Urbana?
Well, we have arguably the largest construction program in probably the history of Urbana for road construction this year. We have a lot of work. We have Olympian Drive is going to start up in August, and that's a multi-year project. That'll go from Apollo Drive in Champaign, cross over the railroad tracks. We're going to build a new bridge there, and then touch down at what is now Lincoln Avenue. Next year, Lincoln Avenue will be connected up from where it ends now on the north by Super Value up to the new Olympian Drive. We also have out on High Cross Road, that's our project there, Illinois 130 in front of Walmart. We're going to widen the road out, redo some signals. That'll actually go all the way down to where Florida Avenue will come through in the future. And that is anticipation of a future Menards store, which would be located south of Walmart there. We also have the Windsor Road project that we talked about. And then we also have an Airport Road East project, which is up on the northeast part of the city, that we're completely reconstructing that road. That road was falling apart. It was an old, basically, farm road.
Right.
We inherited that road through annexations because we've had some development in that area. And then we're completely ripping it out, redoing it, raising it in low areas where water would flood, taking down a hill there where it's unsafe to see out of the subdivision. And that's about a third of the way done, and we're looking at finishing that here in September. We also have some small little projects here and there where we're reconstructing the road over by Toro Loco. We finished that already. We have some up by Motel 6 that's getting ready to open. We have one over by, that's Park Street over by 5 Points that we're looking to open. And then Country Club Road, we're going to redo that one. West of Cunningham because it's falling apart. Then we have a lot of resurfacing projects that'll get into neighborhood resurfacing, primarily south and west of Lincoln Square.
Okay.
So streets like Broadway Avenue, Washington Street by the high school, Race Street by the library, Illinois Street but at the southwest corner of Lincoln Square. We're going to resurface that. And then we'll get into the Woona area, kind of more towards campus, and we'll resurface Iowa and Busey and Kohler.
So there's a lot happening.
A lot.
And how can residents and folks that travel within our community find out more about when the roads will close or open, or what detours or other routes to take during the construction?
Right. We always issue press releases when we're getting ready to close a road. If we'll put up signs that basically are message board signs when we're getting ready to close. But another good way to get information is on our city website. Under the Public Works Department link, there is a project webpage, and we have all of our projects listed there. And we can, a resident could go there and find out more information. We usually update that on a weekly basis. We also do blind listservs for each project, and people could, if they had some interest, they could send me an email. My email address is ceshonkwiler at
We'll put it on the screen.
at urbanaillinois.us. But we try to be proactive and get that information out there.
That's great, and I know it's with the summer and the nicer weather, you guys probably get very busy, and So I won't keep you any longer so you can get back to work, but we really appreciate you coming on and talking to us about these projects, and maybe we'll take a field trip and do some video of the finished road work.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bicyclists must always ride with traffic and never against it. Motorists do not expect to see bicyclists riding towards them and therefore are not on the lookout for them, especially at intersections. Both bicyclists and motorists have less time to react when bicyclists go against the flow of traffic.
Welcome back to It's All About You. Joining us now is Public Arts Coordinator for the City of Urbana, Lisa Hatchadoorian. Thank you for joining us again.
You're very welcome.
So nice to have you on, and today we're going to talk about art at the market and performance at the market, which is in full swing.
Yes.
And the programs seem to be very popular. I've seen huge crowds out at the market participating in the music and in the arts workshops. And I think the one that you hosted in May with the African drumming group, the crowds were just all swaying together in motion. So it's going well, I guess.
Yes. I've been very, very happy with the turnout, with the level of art workshops and musicianship, and just getting the community involved in the market and giving them a great time and a great arts experience.
Right, and the next one's coming up here very soon.
Second Tuesday of each month. Next one will be July 12th, and we'll have a Doogie Jazz Quartet from Bloomington, Illinois, and they are very well known in the Champaign-Urbana area. And we'll also have an art workshop with Makerspace Urbana doing T-shirts to tote bags, which I know is very popular, and we've had them in the past.
Well, that's perfect. You can go make your tote bag and then take it into the market and fill it up with a lot of goodies. In July, there'll be even more produce to throw in the tote bag. So how does it work? Is it free? Is it for all ages?
Well, all of these workshops and performances are free, just like the market. So anyone can come anytime and partake, and you can come back, and it's just free all the time.
Excellent. And if there's kids that want to participate, can they come too?
Mm-hmm. All ages. We're very equitable in everything. So any adult family members can come and participate with their kids, and kids can come, teenagers, college-age kids, everybody.
Wonderful. And where can we go to learn more about some of the other things happening? Because this continues through the market season, right?
Yes, we have a performance in August and performance and workshop in August and also in September, and everything is on our website for the City of Urbana and also on Facebook and Twitter.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And we will be talking to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
One, two, three, four. I'm heading on down to the market Saturday morning. I'm heading on down to the market Saturday morning. All your farmer friends are there at the market at the square. I'm heading on down to the market Saturday morning.
Welcome back to It's All About You. We're now joined by Brandon Bowersox-Johnson. Thank you for coming today. And you're going to talk to us about UC2B and where that project is going. But first of all, why don't you let us know a little bit about yourself and your involvement with the project?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm an Urbana resident who is one of Urbana's 3 appointees that serves on the 9-member board of UC2B. It started out actually as a city and university project to build a fiber optic network with grant dollars, and it has turned into a not-for-profit and now a public-private partnership that's working to really expand that network to more of Champaign-Urbana.
Got it. So maybe for folks that aren't familiar with the project, what does UC2B stand for, and what is it?
Yeah, it's Urbana Champaign Big Broadband. And the idea was to build fiber optic internet broadband that would be the fastest in the world right here in our community. It started out as a city and university project that got grant dollars to build a network that connected up schools and fire stations and libraries and churches, community nonprofits, and also connected a few of our lucky residents in a couple eligible neighborhoods here in Urbana and in Champaign. There were some residents who got fiber to the home service so that at their home they could have fiber optic internet that was capable of gigabit speeds that are the fastest in the world. But that lucky opportunity was only for a few neighborhoods that were grant eligible.
Okay.
And now what's so exciting is that through this private partnership, we'll be giving every neighborhood in town an equal chance to get that kind of gigabit speed in their neighborhood.
And why did UC2B decide to go and seek out a partner for this project?
Yeah, mostly we had before us a number of options about how to grow and expand. Our goal from the start was to figure out how to bring this to all the neighborhoods of Champaign and Urbana. We're really only going to become a gigabit digital community if everyone is connected, if everyone has that opportunity. So we've been looking at ways and studying models and decided that forming a public-private partnership could meet our needs and also let a private business grow and expand this with private investment. And we feel like we struck, after a lot of searching and 2 years of work, struck a relationship with absolutely the perfect company for us, Family Video, which already has 2 stores here in Urbana and a store in Champaign, who actually offers fiber to the home internet service and was willing to form a relationship with UC2B to be able to bring that opportunity to all the neighborhoods in town.
And it's great that it's a local organization that has the capability to do this and probably the sustainability to keep this going moving forward.
Yeah.
So I had no idea that Family Video offered this type of service, and it's called ITV3, right?
ITV3. And one way to think about it is for them it's the future of video rental. You know,
Right.
in the old days we could drive to the Family Video store and check out a video and rent it. But these days, so much more video and TV is all coming digitally over the internet to our homes. For them, they've been in this business since 2009, and they actually offered dial-up internet since the 1990s.
Oh,
So they
okay.
know how to be in the internet business, and they see this as part of the future of, you know, the video and gaming industry, which is all just going online. So it was really exciting to find an Illinois company with a proven track record and one that was willing to be flexible and to sit down with our community and talk about, well, what are our values? What does our network bring to the table? How could we grow this in a way that meets our community's values?
And so if we have folks watching that want to learn more and want to get connected or have that fiber built out to their home or their place of business, where can they go to find more information?
Absolutely. So everybody in all neighborhoods of Champaign-Urbana can now go online to sign up and say they want this. And the sign-up website is theperfectupgrade.com.
Oh, that's
so just
easy to
in your
remember.
browser, theperfectupgrade.com. It's a very simple questionnaire of what kind of internet or phone or even TV options in the future you might want to sign up for. And once your name's on the list, the ITV3 and Family Video folks have agreed to build the neighborhoods first that have the most people who sign up, and to build any neighborhood where half the people, a simple majority of people, sign up and say they want this. So they will be posting an online map so you can actually see what neighborhood you're in, how many people have signed up, and whether you're close to that mark. You can talk to your neighbors and try to get your neighborhood to be one of the first to get this gigabit internet service. And people can always find more at our website, which is uc2b.net. And we're on Facebook and Twitter too, and so is ITV3 and Family Video. There's a bunch of questions people have, and we're trying to stay on top of it and answer them, and there will be a lot more information like that map posted soon so people can really see where their neighborhood stands and tell their neighbors about theperfectupgrade.com.
Wonderful. Theperfectupgrade.com.
Yeah.
Now I promise I won't forget it. Thank
Great.
you so
Thank
much
you
for
very much
joining
for
us
having
today and filling us in on what's happening with UC2B and ITV3.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Thanks.
For more information on the City of Urbana, you can visit their website at urbanaillinois.us. From there, you can watch this program on demand and download our audio podcast. We appreciate you tuning in today and hope you'll join us again soon. And remember, it's all about you.